So we can't understand skills in this argument without understanding the systems of political economy. Why is the German variety of capitalism different from the English version? Why is that? What implications does that have for a skills system? So the way that work's organised, the way that unions are involved in the process, etc. So German capitalism, therefore German skills, looks different from French, looks different from English, looks different from Japanese. So you've got to understand the system in order to understand what's going on. You can't take a toolkit and drop it down in a decontextualised way. You've got to understand the context and the room for manoeuvre. What's happened, I think, and two countries I think have been most obvious exemplars in this in the last decade would be UK and South Africa. Similar kind of project, a new Labour, a new South Africa project, that we have to do something to change our system. We can do that in a progressive way, but we can do it in an economically competitive way under globalisation. And so a lot of us who were writing in the political economy of skills tradition also found ourselves working in more policy-oriented contexts, saying, well, okay, we understand all this stuff, so how can we change national systems for the better? And a lot of that was about taking a human resource development approach, trying to see the whole of the system, trying to understand that political economy above it. Well, what are the bits of industrial development? So for instance, in South Africa, we were identifying the areas that we thought growth might come from. Okay, well, how do we fit a skills system that's going to prioritise biotechnology, that's going to prioritise ecotourism, and trying to get ways of using sectoral structures and national planning structures influenced by East Asian ways of viewing the world to try and get the system working. So we kind of came from a left political economy tradition, but we defaulted very quickly to using a toolkit. And people like Leslie, who were working in reforming colleges, in this period, that very much there were a set of tools here. Here are obvious things you try and do to change the system. And so it became a classic third way mix of progressive politics and outlooks and some what looked pretty neoliberal managerial tools thrown in there at the same time, because these were the tools that were on offer. So there seemed to be this gap between the principles and what were the actual tools that you could put together with it. So that's all been about